Yo, 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 what's up, everybody? Welcome to a brand new episode of Music Made Addictz and a special guest today, Mr. B-Front. Hey.
Yo, guys. How are you doing? Good?
Oh, good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you.
Yeah?
Thank you for the invite.
Yeah, of course, man.
Finally.
Yeah,
really
yeah.
excited for this one to talk with you guys. Yeah, really. So I'm always like,
we wanted to do this earlier, but things came in between. But yeah, finally, you're here.
We have some time.
We have plenty of time.
All the time you want.
Plenty of time, yeah.
I'm happy to be here, guys. And yeah, let's talk about some stuff, right?
Yeah.
Are you drinking water? No coffee?
Yeah, to be honest, I started with a coffee.
Yeah.
And you didn't ask me for a second one,
Oh.
only for water.
So that's the first mistake.
That's the first. So I have a water, yeah, but yeah, my coffee love is really big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much coffee do you drink a day?
I think I start in the morning with like I think around 3. I have to start off with 3 coffee, and then like in the afternoon I get like 2 when I'm in the studio, and maybe 1 before sporting. So I think I'm around like 6 cups.
6 cups.
Wow.
Maybe 7.
That's a lot, to be honest.
Yeah. But
I really try to keep it as low as like 2, maximum 3 a day.
Yeah, but you start with a coffee.
Yeah, the first thing I do, like I come out of bed, I just walk to the kitchen, I press in the machine, and then I first take an espresso. And then depends on how awake or tired I am, I'll take another one, and then after dinner.
Yeah.
And sometimes when we go to lunch,
So
for
more
example.
the Italian one. After dinner is like the Italian one, right?
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm rolling out of bed, because I'm terrible sleeper.
Yeah.
I sleep very good, to be honest, but my rhythm, that's for me is a problem.
Yeah.
Sometimes. Yeah. The structure, the rhythm with this lifestyle. So the coffee, it keeps me balanced. Keeps me.
I always have 1 in the morning and 1 before I go to the gym and 1 after dinner.
Yeah.
So maybe 3. Sometimes in the studio. Yeah, it depends a little bit.
Yeah, sometimes I drink so much, that you feel like a little bit like that.
Yeah, sometimes I have it because like in the morning I don't really feel hungry.
Yeah.
So sometimes I take a coffee and then another coffee and then maybe around 1-ish I always start to get a bit hungry, but then I keep it quiet for a bit and maybe even take a Red Bull and then I feel like no, it's too much.
Yeah, but Red Bull, I quit at Red Bull. To be honest, I really
too much caffeine.
Yeah, but it's too much. The sugar is like
but you have sugar free.
Yeah, I know, but the taste, it's
so good.
Yeah, I know it's really good. And sometimes, of course, I drink the 0 one, but
yeah.
I prefer the original. It's that you feel it in your teeth. You're like, it's really good.
Yeah.
You were always drinking the sugared ones, also with Coke, but after a while you
I think
a can of Coke, to be honest, like a normal regular can of Coke. Yeah. It's
with sugar?
It's my guilty pleasure.
Really?
Yeah. Normally I drink the 0, but sometimes when you're on the highway, a busy day, and you're like, you see the red can and like,
I can't handle that anymore. I think I quit it with 10 years ago or something. And you were always drinking Diet Coke, and I was like, that's for pussies, And after that, I was like, why I'm drinking so much sugar? It's not good for you. And
no. But to be honest, I also don't eat a lot of sugar.
Yeah.
But sometimes, you have like those.
Yeah, of course. But
that moment
when you're having food, I think it's a little bit different. If you have like Diet Coke, for example, it's not good for you either. But
true.
It still doesn't have any sugar, so it's a quick win.
Yeah, that's for sure. And I think. Being healthy, I think sugar is not healthy for your body, and I think health is for me is one of the most important things in life.
Yeah, because you look really good, man.
You know me, guys, from like a couple of years ago.
Yeah,
right? I was like, I was fatter, you know. So, but then my relationship broke up, and I had a broken heart, guys. So at that point, I couldn't eat anymore. And so the first 5 kilograms was like, totally like I was sitting at home, like only drinking coffee.
After 3 days, you lost 5 kilograms.
But for real, it went so quick. But then I also started sporting. And at that point I was like, hey, I feel good.
Feels good.
So, and I also saw it back in my, like the music, like my performings and I had more energy. I think also like if I look back on last year, 2019, it was really good. And that was also that point that I like make decisions for myself to change things.
Yeah.
And I think if you change things, the smallest step can make like a really big change,
Yeah, that's for sure true.
So, I'm very happy that that I'm really motivated now to keep that going. Like with food, and of course I love the pizza. Last weekend I also
now you take cauliflower pizza.
Yeah, sometimes.
No,
just kidding.
Don't say sugar-free Red Bull is shit and then eat cauliflower.
No.
Yeah, with a regular Coke, you know.
Just to compensate.
Guys, no. But last weekend I ordered a kapsalon. It's a Dutch, and also that night a pizza. So you know.
Oh wow, good night.
Yeah, good night. Yeah. So sometimes you have those moments, but hey,
of course,
keep the balance, right? I think
that's true.
Yeah, you have to have a balance. At least I do.
Yeah,
like to have the weekends also to have a drink or whatever, you know, and during the week it's basically.
Yeah, but
healthy.
for me, you know, because I'm single, I think women in your life can be useful. I don't want to be rude. No, I don't want to be rude.
They can be useful.
No, but
they can do the dishes. They can
no, sorry. No. But I think. No, but I mean, like, they can give you like the structure, you know, because for me as a producer, sometimes I can focus like totally into what I'm doing. And then you forget like the whole world around you, you know.
Yeah.
For example, if the atom bomb is like falling down, you know, I
still
even like, I'm
music.
still like,
You just thought there was another kick.
yeah, like that, you know. Oh, this is a good lead.
What is a good attack?
So no, but I think that's for me the hardest point, you know. It's some structure in life, but I think the balance now is going better.
Is your structure better right now in this time? No, not really. Because I think at least my structure is way better compared to when we were touring. Yeah. Because we don't have like small.
Of course, I got some more rest in the weekends.
Yeah.
You know, because I think nothing changed a lot, but only the weekends. They were gone.
Yeah.
So
still have a shitty structure.
Yeah, it's to be honest, you know, sometimes I'm still at 4 a.m. I'm still awake, you know, shooting and like playing Call of Duty or playing FIFA. But I'm not into FIFA that much anymore. Like I was like the last years, FIFA was for me like, let's go. You know, everybody knows it in the scene.
Yeah.
You also talked about it, right, Bobby? FIFA.
Yeah, but you were too scared to play against us.
Come on, guys. Yeah. Let's go after this podcast. Let's go.
Or maybe the most important question: have you already played Cold War?
Yes, I played it.
How did you like it?
To be honest, of course I like the Call of Duty, but I like the Modern Warfare a little bit more because it's more from now and it's really cool, like the Warzone thing. You know, I really love that. Every game is different. You know, so. And we played also together, of course. Yeah. In the beginning, I think April.
Yeah, I think Cold War is so shit, man.
Yeah.
I can't play it.
Yeah, you know, to be honest, because Ubisoft sent it to me, so I don't have to be like.
You can be too.
Like I love.
They didn't send it to me, so I can speak out clearly.
I love the game, guys. No, but to be honest,
you should buy it.
No, but I prefer the Modern Warfare.
I really love Warzone, man. I mean, I could play that all day.
Yeah, man. But every game is different, you know, and with your friends, you know, and some games are so shit, but you're making so much fun in it, you know. Because sometimes, you know, I love to get the chopper, you know, and then go around and like doing crazy stuff, you know.
Yeah, Warzone is cool.
And how are you guys doing, like with music-wise now at the moment? It's going good? Or?
Yeah, really, really good, actually. Last couple of months, really a lot of inspiration. And yeah, every day we're in the studio, like every single day. Nice. So we're making lots and lots of new music. But we had so much music from last year. So we decided to release everything this year that we had. But yeah, we had to find time, you know, like we had some free releases, one released yesterday and next week is already a new one.
Yeah, I still got like 5 releases to go for this year. And it's like the end of November.
Yeah.
It's crazy. We're pushing them out like.
Yeah, but last year I had I need to do an album in 2020. But you know, everything changed, and I had like a lot of tracks already, finished. But then at this point, I thought, okay, I want to release an EP. So with like 4
you just released,
the first one is just released now. Yeah, I do separate releases with the singles, and then at the end, I do the full with the extended versions also. So it's gonna be like one EP with all the full tracks, and that changed a little bit. But this year was like really productive for me. And I'm also sorry for the fans. They were waiting really long for the track because some tracks are really like 1 year old already. Yeah, but it was because of the album and you know, and what I said, things changed, and then you also have to change your plan a little bit.
Yeah. We had the same. Like for example, we released Trouble like 2 or 3 weeks ago. Yeah, and it was already played for the first time on Qlimax last year. But because everything that was going on, you know, we had to find like a sort of a heartbeat to release.
I really love
music.
Trouble.
Yeah, thanks.
I love it with the vocal.
Yeah.
I love it. But if I can give you like a compliment, guys, like you're rocking it like for the last like 3 years already. Like, you know, there's something changed a little bit in the style.
Yeah, I think so.
And, like, if you compare it with the tracks from like 10 years ago.
I think it's got a little, what is it?
I think we just talked about it, I think before already, but when we came back from producing like 70-30 house hardstyle, we said to each other, okay, why did we lost the connection with hardstyle and the music, you know, because everything went so melodic and so poppy.
Yeah.
And we just missed the energy in hardstyle. So we said to each other, okay, we just go back to what we did before. We're going to start making mid intros again, put in heavier kicks. And balance the songs more.
But I heard like the really cool like gated kicks back, you know, and like the old vibes, but then in like a really modern like tastes produced.
Yeah, I think
you know,
you can and we.
But it's fresh, man. It's like sometimes it has the old feling. What I think what you missed also, like the you know when we went to DEFCON like 10 years ago or like 15 years ago, you know,
so old.
That's 2 months ago. No. But I think there was like that special energy, and I hear that back in your songs now.
Thanks.
So
and it's also a feeling that we have in the studio right now. We don't think about it that much. We just make
create.
music. Just create.
I think that's the best.
Yeah, we only thought about the direction we wanted to go to, you know, and then in the studio just let it happen and don't think too much about how people are gonna respond.
But I love those drops on the mid intro. You know? Everybody's going crazy every time.
And I think that's also what we saw in the raw scene. You know, there was a lot of energy and a lot of fresh kicks, and it's a combination between the old gated and a little bit of the raw, a little bit more balls. You know. And I think we implemented that in our music.
Yeah, but I think that's really, really good. I also hear it back, like the little bit harder kicks also. But I think the euphoric side, to be honest, I don't like to call it like that. You know?
It's all hard.
For me, it's
for me as well.
You have some like and also at the highest point. You know, some people are really hard. I don't know if that's like, for me, it's hardstyle anymore. But just call it raw. Then I think, I don't know. Yeah. But
I think the dividing sounds within the genre were way bigger like 5 years ago than they are now. I think everything melted together in a big melting pot, and
it's also cool. Is sometimes you can produce like a really hard track, but sometimes you also can go back like you know, really like it. I think you're at this point it's more allowed and people dig. Yeah. For example, like the acid sound is also coming back. I heard
it's really funny when you're looking at the techno scene, for example. It's just early hardstyle. It's one-on-one early hardstyle.
Or like early rave sounds. Yeah. I also hear like the old like Thunderdome sounds. Yeah, but going back, you know,
as well the reverse bass. Yeah. And I've got a lot of techno friends. Yeah. And I say,
you have techno friends?
It's techno.
How can you call them friends?
Yeah, techno. Well, I know them.
I'm ashamed to say, but I know them.
I know techno people.
We were always kidding, like, well, that's an early hardstyle song, but it sounds shitty.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
but just making fun of it, you know. But I can imagine, like, it's fun to see that in the techno scene, they were like minimal, and then Charlotte de Witte and all those and guys and girls. They came with the acid sound and a little bit of that old school gated kicks and as well. Also Activator, he makes
T91 or
T78 or
T something.
But it's
78.
But it's pretty cool actually now. So and it's fun to see. And
but it's also growing again.
Yeah,
of course, it's a really big scene because I think people they still see it as like an underground scene. But if you see how many people like loving techno, you know.
But that's it's funny to see like some of the guys they were really not into hardstyle and they're like, you have to listen to this song, like a new techno song. I'm like, dude, this early hardstyle, you know. And he's like, oh, okay.
This is where we came from 15 years ago.
But also what I'm also seeing like the techno guys, they also digging hardstyle, you know.
Of course, yeah.
Like I think that's cool about hardstyle. I think every like other dance like Sean, genre really likes it.
Yeah, especially the producers.
But I also think, you know, if you see like the house guys, you know, the EDM guys, they're always closing down with hardstyle.
Yeah.
And also Armin van Buuren, those guys, you know, they always play hardstyle at the end or like in between the set.
Yeah.
So I think it's really, what you're saying, the producers, they really respect us as like producers from hardstyle.
Yeah.
And I also think still the scene is going to be, I still have that feeling that it's going to be like really big at one point.
Yeah, well, at least it's well accepted. Like all the artists don't see it as like that darkish underground kind of
That was in the beginning when
everybody was doing like this.
Yeah.
You thought we were satyrs or something. like Exorcist stuff.
It was so funny when we played at Qlimax for the first time or something like 8 years ago. We got emails from, you worship the devil. And I got into you.
You still sometimes get them because of ghost stories. Like, you're worshipping ghosts, and this is such a really bad world.
I had with Mysterious they had like the Illuminati thing on it. Guys, upcoming producers who are watching, never use this sign, man. Never use a sign. I still have like messages in my inbox and my like. I have to reply on that, but
you know, the funny thing is, if you look at all the, I think basically 80-90%, except for Wild Cells, they're all like happy people.
That's true. Oh, that's true. But I think,
and it's so funny when you get an email like that. You know, when we see each other, it's always like,
no, not always, right? In the beginning of the year, it was like.
Yeah,
we're gonna talk later about that. I think.
That part. Oh yeah.
Yeah, you were the patient zero of Corona in Holland.
Shall we throw?
Just go right into it. Yeah,
okay,
it was so fun. But we love to poke with each other, you know.
Of course.
And you just came back from
Sound of Q Dance.
Yeah, Sound of Q Dance in Wuhan.
That was my first time in China, and I was really excited to go to China. But then some friends sent me a message like, hey, dude, there is like a new lung disease. And I was like, yeah. So I called my mom. I always call my mom. You know, I got a good relationship with my mom and dad, with my parents. But I always call my mom for that. Like, Mom, I have to go to Wuhan. But there is like, that's the only one person in the world who can experience that. Like Bob. I always have those things, you know. But you know, I fly to Wuhan. And at that point, nothing was wrong there.
No.
Everything was like, for me, it was like a new world where I came in, you know, because China, for me, the first time, I think
it was your first time?
It was my first time ever. Yeah. So, but it was really, really fun. But I came back and I felt a little bit like, you know, but I always have it after. You guys have it after travel? That you feel a little bit like...
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah.
Feel a bit like Corona.
Yeah, you guys fly private jets, right? So no, just kidding. No, just kidding, guys. No. But the whole thing is, I always feel a little bit like shitty after like flying.
Yeah,
with all the time difference.
Yeah, of course.
My body is not used to it. I don't know. I'm really like... my body don't like it.
Yeah, it's not like I just came back from a massage.
Yeah.
Something. No, it's not like that.
No, no, that's not like that. No. So, but I came back and we had a gig in Marcel in Mannheim. Mannheim, and we went. You guys already played because you played earlier that night, and I played at 5 a.m. So we had like to switch in the van.
Oh yeah,
because we didn't saw each other on the party, but at the hotel.
I think so. Yeah.
So you came out of the van, and you guys were like, everybody was talking about you. Like, Bob was in Wuhan, he's patient zero.
You have to stay away from Bob. We told everybody it's just for fun. Nobody was scared or anything.
Yeah, but
we just gonna fuck with Bob, you know, like. Keep distance from Bob and like, no, don't touch me. No. And he was like, no, I don't have it.
It was so bad. I was like, you guys, come on. You know, I was almost like begging, like, guys,
come on, give me a hug, man.
Please do normal.
Talk to me.
Talk to me. Like, no, don't talk.
But then at one point, I was like, with you guys, you don't give me to do the box, you know. I was saying that to you guys, and you were like, I was like this, you know. But it was funny.
And we couldn't foresee what would happen after that. Like all the shit that happened last year.
I think
because this was in February.
End of January.
End of January. It was on my birthday, 25. And you didn't congratulate me. So I'm still like...
No, we were saying...
Oh, yeah. That was the reason. No, it was fun times. But also funny stories because, you know, we know each other already for like...
I think 12 years?
No, man.
No, way longer.
15, man. I know Niels, I think 15, 16 years. I think this is
the same. Yeah.
we had party vlog, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had like a party vlog group.
Yeah, the hardstyle
The
vlog.
hardstyle track top 5.
So we were there and we were very active in that. You know, we talked a lot about it. And
it was also a private group. You know?
Yeah, but we also
not really.
We had some. We also had some. We organized some parties with the group. With Alpha Verb was also there. Niels on the Feistels and the frequencies they started then at that point. Who was more there with there?
Like, was it Bob from Headhunters?
Yeah, he was also in there.
Yeah, and
DJ Michael.
DJ Michael, yeah. Zaagtand EP. The Zaagtand EP, I love that. I love that song. Yeah, Tutti Frutti.
Tutti Frutti. We made a remix of Tutti Frutti as well. Yeah.
New one or?
No.
Oh,
no.
Oh,
it's
like a DS conspiracy.
Yeah, but I still like the vibe, to be honest.
Yeah.
I still like the vibe.
Yeah. Tutti Frutti.
Yeah.
No, but that's so funny that we know each other for a long time, and now, you know, if you look back and now what we already like experienced, you know.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? So it's like such a we were nothing back in the day. We still are nothing, but we were really like nothing.
And we were just passionate for hardstyle.
Yeah,
music.
passionate for hardstyle. And now like look how many of us guys who were just friends and hanging out. Yeah,
but I also remember at that point, I did Lunatic. And then I also did like a new track, but it wasn't released.
Man of a lunatic.
Yeah, that track. But you played Volumes. I was with Jones.
Oh yeah,
and I played Volumes. You played it at the hangar.
Yeah,
and it was the older version. But you know what happened? Cristiano and Antonio, TNT, they almost used like, and I'm still like, I think it's the same melody, but Faces is like almost the same melody. Yeah,
I can't remember.
And you played it first. So I was like, at that point, we emailed like, hey, we sent you this demo, and now
what do you think? It's my melody.
Now it's my melody in your track, and it's like a really big hit, of course. So yeah, of course, you know, I think at that point I couldn't even make that big hit, but the melody is almost like similar. So if you want to check YouTube, just look on Volumes with a Z. At the end,
it's in our Cubase set.
Yeah, it's also in your Cubase set. I think it's
2008.
2008.
7 or 8?
7, I think.
7.
Yeah,
that was like our breakthrough set almost.
Yeah, I had my breakthrough set. I think on Cubase 2009. With like you had to play 2 hours, you know.
Yeah.
At the 2 hour set, I also played like a lot of tracks from you in that set. But if you look the track list back, it's like so diverse.
Yeah.
And now if I play it like 90% B front.
Yeah.
But you know, in the years you produce, of course, and your style developed, of course, and then. Because sometimes I don't like to play like a 100% B front set because otherwise it's gonna be like one.
Yeah,
you want the audience to dance a bit as well.
That's the whole point. That's the whole point, you know. Because I only make listen music and not dance floor tracks. No, but I think that's why I don't play your tracks, guys. No. But I love to play a little bit diverse also. I always get like one older track because I like that, you know. Yeah. Because there is so much music. But everybody's always getting like the new songs. Why you?
Yeah, but the problem also is that like back in the days, the DJs were also just DJs. Yeah. Nowadays, everybody's a producer as well. So when you play on a festival, for example, all the acts that have music you want to play are also on the event.
Yeah.
So at that point, you're just
we do a different set when we play in a club, for example, compared to like a DEFCON or
of course.
We play a lot of tracks from other guys.
But it also depends on which place, of course, and which country.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
because also in other countries, I also play a little bit more commercial stuff.
Yeah.
Wuhan, for example.
Yeah, Wuhan. I only played DBSTF there. And then all this thing happened. I don't know why.
I see your release.
No, but I think, but that's also a thing. I think there is a difference between producers and DJs.
Yeah.
You know, because I think a good DJ set is also really important, you know, to think about I think it's really important to think about what you're playing and at what time you're playing which song, you know?
Yeah.
Because I think some guys, they just, you know, I talked with some colleagues and I said, like, do you ever like, before the gig, I always put my USB in and I'm going to search for tracks and I'm going to think about it. I make like a short track list for myself. Mm-hmm. But some DJs they say, oh yeah, just put my USB in and I'm going to play. I can't do that. I always think about like how I'm doing the set and I'm busy with a half day. I'm busy with that.
Yeah, it's sometimes it's different. Like we have a short list as well, of course, like 30, 40 tracks that we want to play, and then we make our selection out of that. But sometimes we have some, like for example, if you play at Qlimax, well, you can't play like everybody's on Qlimax,
of course.
So you're kind of forced to play your own songs. But sometimes you have something in your head, like I think we have to play that song towards the end and that song in the beginning. But if you're playing, you kind of feel, sometimes you feel like, oh, I want to play that song right now.
Yeah.
And I think that is...
Yeah, I understand. But sometimes I think on Qlimax, the time is really like precious thing, you know? Because we didn't have like 1 hour full, I think. No, with the intro and stuff, you only play like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And you had a good opener last year. It was me. I was your opening set.
Oh yeah,
I did the show, right? And then after my anti show, your intro started.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah,
it was like a mindfuck for the people, you know. People
like
were
B-Frontliner. Oh, like, DBSTF.
Yes. I never.
Yeah, you were opening act.
I was the opening act on Qlimax. No, I don't know, but I think on that, you know, I always think about, because I want to play like that everything fits in the set. You know, so I'm really like counting and stuff. I'm really busy with that, preparing my set. But it's also because, you know, sometimes I had like anxiety attacks when I was younger, you know, because my career went like really fast, and I'm more like a feeling guy, you know. I'm not like, I can be like the tough guy also, but I'm more the feeling guy. So sometimes I had anxiety, and one time I played at Decibel 2015 and I had a panic attack during the set. So imagine you're playing there in front of like 15,000 people in the pre-party, I think. 10,000, something like that. But it's full house there. And then I remember it since the day from yesterday, and I was playing, and then after 20 minutes, I was like, I felt panic in my body, and I had a thought that I want to run away, and I thought, no, fuck, what the fuck?
But what happened?
It was just anxiety, but at that point, I still did, because I had a burnout when I was like 22.
Yeah.
So it's 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And from that burnout, you know, you create sometimes anxiety and stuff like that. And but at that point, I didn't experience like a real panic attack. Of course, I felt sometimes a bit panic in my body, and but I was talking with a psychologist about it, you know, because I'm always also the guy. I want to work on myself. I want to feel better. I feel good. And also, if I look back the last 10 years, I really grown, and I'm really happy at this point. So, you know, sometimes you have to be there to also going up again. But at that point, at 30 minutes, I felt panic, and my mind was like saying, run, run, run. But I thought, if I'm running now, I'm not going back anymore, because then the step is going to be really big to go.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so it was scary. But what happened then, because I felt it a little bit, that it, you know, in the morning I stand up, I said, I don't feel good. So what I did, I made a track list in my phone. And that was my
savior.
That was my savior. I was so happy with that, because I was like, oh, I got the tracks, because, you know, you got like a little blackout at that point. So I was like, okay, breathe and check this track. So every track I was mixing, like checking, mixing. But nobody was seeing it, that I had like a panic attack. But what I learned from it is that, that it was time to work on myself also, you know, to keep the balance again, going back. And because before I was like into the music, I'm being a long time into the music already from since my 8, like 9, I've started producing. But I also play on a really high level soccer, football.
Which club did you play? Did you
FC
play
Eindhoven?
FC Eindhoven.
Yeah, so I played. I scored.
That's such a high level.
Yeah, I know, but it's the second. No, but it's. I think it's
second.
It's really big.
Yeah, it's the second high level from Holland. I played like against Jasper Sillissen, like those guys. I still have. I will send you later. I still have like. Then when I played against Ajax, it's a really big football club in Holland, and but I still got like the list with all the names. So I think my. Siem de Jong was my direct appointment. Yeah.
You were center defender.
No, I was no. He played more in the midfield then. So I was right midfielder. He was left midfielder. So it was fun.
Yeah.
It was fun. But you know, I was really sporty. I had structure, and then at one point, you know, the music lifestyle came. Yeah, and then you guys know how it goes. You know, it's going like this, short nights, and at that point, I only slept for like 4 hours, 5 hours a night. Yeah, and then at one point, your body is gonna say like, "Hey, fuck you, Bob.
Yeah,
it's gone.
Gotta stop."
Yeah. So,
but that I can imagine. Well, we kind of had a panic attack at DEF CON last year.
Oh, wait. I remember this because I played after you with Future Noise.
Yeah.
No, Randy was playing.
Yeah,
there was
Randy
like,
played
you had the USB problems, right?
Yeah.
But we talked about it.
Wow, yeah.
I don't know what we talked about this.
Yeah, it was, that was like one of the hardest moments ever. It's like the biggest thing.
Yeah, but then it's the situation what happens. You know? Like,
it's not from inside.
You don't have to control anymore about like. But I think if you watch the set back at one, like I'm not gonna say one of the best sets, but I think it was one of the best sets that weekend. I think everybody was like, let's go.
Yeah, it was so strange because we came out of the stage and we're like, no, we want. It's like really important for us that those are the type of parties you look forward to. So you really try to enjoy the moment, you know, and we couldn't do that.
No, because it's like you're in the beginning you always have to focus, you know.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, this is like so 1 minute before set, your heart started a little bit racing and you're like excited, let's go. Yeah. But if you don't have that moment, it's like only like fuck.
For 1 hour long we were just troubleshooting, you know.
Trouble.
Yeah. Trouble. And after the set you feel like so down because you didn't get to enjoy the whole experience of the set. But then everybody came to us like, whoa, this was so insane. We were like, was it?
But do you like watching your sets back sometimes? Do you like it?
Yeah, sometimes. Like
I really love to do it because I think I'm so grateful that in this time that they record like those things.
Yeah, that's true.
Because you know, imagine when you have like when you're older and you have because we're still so young and we are older and we have kids. You can like say, hey, your dad was a rock star. You know, look, he was playing in football stadium full. Like, it's really cool.
Yeah, especially that one. I really enjoyed that because we arrived at home and we couldn't enjoy it. And then everybody, all our friends who were there, they were like, this was insane. Like the energy, everybody was screaming like, I could hear it, but
it didn't reach you.
Yeah. And then when I watched when I come home, I just grabbed a beer and just watched it back and I'm like, holy
but then
shit.
you're more relaxed, right?
Yeah.
And you, because nothing went wrong, right? Yeah.
But for the people,
in front, you know, for the eye, it was all good.
Yeah,
you know?
It was. All
and that's
good,
also funny because some people they always judge us, you know, like but they don't see what happens on stage, you know, because also like with my anxiety panic attack, people don't know it. No. People don't know that I feel like really shit at that point, you know. At one point, sometimes I want to say like, hey, sorry guys, I feel a bit like panic, but you don't do it because you know it's like
everybody's
maybe
it's
also
and it's also not necessary. But what I learned is that I that is not at that point. Sometimes it could happen with me because I'm just like that, but just let it go.
Yeah.
And I learned that, and I'm very happy that I learned this already. Yeah. So
of course,
Ooh. Hey, we always start the episode with the same question.
This was the intro.
It's 35 minutes in. But Bob, how did you get addicted to this music? We're curious.
Thank you. We just had like a long, small conversation about this.
How did you get addicted to Raw?
Okay, you said like I can quit the No, guys. Now I started when I was like around like 8-9 years old. My neighbor, he had a own label with Mental Theo called Patriots Records, and at that point, I was interested. I thought, hey, it's cool. He got like his own studio, and you know, when you're 8, it's like, and but I didn't have any interest. I was just like sporting and football. That was for me my whole thing. But at one point, he rang the doorbell at our home, and he said like. You had like the happy hardcore time at that point. You know, we had hardcore Thunderdome, and then it went like Hakken and Zagen, like those CDs. And but he needed 2 voices from 2 children, and I was like 8, and my brother was 10, and so he said like, yeah, do you want to do it? And we were like excited, of course, yes, of course. And then he brought us to the studio, and I walked in, and I was like, I don't know what happened there. But it was like, I want to do this.
Yeah.
I want to, you know, I think we all know that feeling, like the first time you get in touch with music. But to be honest, I was already also busy with like making, because I had like some kind of recording sampler cassette disc.
Yeah.
And I could record my voice on that. So I was like making radio shows with like fully on hardcore and stuff like that, you know. But I was listening a lot of like Thunderdome dance music. I really like dance music.
When you were 8 years old.
I was like 8 years old. And but you get infected with it, you know.
Yeah,
it's like I was listening to Trance 2000 CDs. I don't know if you know the CD. It's like you had like two.
Oh yeah, I
two
remember
CDs
there
with like 20 tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the Trance 2000 ones. Yeah, I was really into the trance music, but also hardcore. Yeah, and if you combine those styles, I think you get like the hardstyle vibe sound.
Yeah.
And but yeah, so we record the song, so it's still online. So if you want to check it out, it's like de gabbertjes, hakken en knotsen, hakken en knotsen. I still know the lyrics.
Hakken en knotsen.
But
hakken en knotsen.
It's like really? That. Yeah, they made like a because it was the one with the dinosaurs in. And you had like an orange one with the dinosaur on the cover. It was the same thing, but hakken en knotsen, knotsen en hakken, we gaan ervoor. Op naar de grotten, hakken we botten, hakken en knotsen, een keer als een beest.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's Dutch. This
what
is
a
Dutch
lyrics.
Yeah. And
so poetic.
Yeah, but at that point, I was in the toys shop and I saw Music 2000 for the PlayStation.
Yeah.
And I thought, hey, let's go. So I bought it and I learned myself making music on that because you really had
on
like
the PlayStation.
It was a DAW. It was and it
really?
worked. It was not like Magic Music Maker that you have like loops. You also can like make your own kicks and also with envelopes and stuff. You even could like sample a sample from a CD. So you have to open your PlayStation. You have to put a sample in or a CD in. Then you're gonna say like, okay, on this point I want a sample, and he record the sample.
Really?
So yeah, and at that point I bought Magic Music Maker.
Yeah,
you could buy it at the free record shop, you know. It was like, you know, with the sample based thing. But what I learned there is to sample, because I also think sampling is also part of music.
Yeah.
You know, be creative with sounds. Not like I use a sample like in the techno and you hear like the signs going back, you know. But of course, I also still sample sometimes. But then I just switched it around it so that nobody's like hearing like, oh, that's that sample.
Mm.
Once I used like Cotton and Joe.
Cotton Eye Joe.
Yeah, Cotton Eye Joe. Yeah.
Joe.
So because I'm still in the studio with Zani. Zani is like my neighbor, and we give each other a task like to use one sample. He said like, yeah, this sample you have to use. Then I had to use that sample in a track. Yeah. I don't remember which track it is, but but those things, you know, it's cool. But I learned sampling with Magic Music Maker. And then I bought Reason, Propeller as Reason. And then I learned myself really to work with DAWs and stuff like that. And then I switched to Cubase, and I'm still at Cubase. Yeah.
You can do so much with just fucking up audio. Yeah. You know, you can make a kick out of everything if you want to, or a screech, or everything.
Of course. But I think that's also part of producing, you know, creative with sounds. Yeah. But I love also to work like with hardware and stuff, you know. I'm not like, you know, the full racks, but I got some Nord leads at my studio, and of course the virus, but the virus I still use with like the interface. Yeah. And but that's how I started music. Yeah. So,
what was your first actual release, and was it already on under the B-Front name?
Yeah, it was already under the B-Front name. At first, my first name was DJ Bob X.
DJ Bob X.
DJ Bob X
from DJ Tom X.
Yeah, but it's just like that, you know. But yeah, you know those.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Because I also remember you did a track with Deepak, right? Under another name.
Yeah,
Bass
Pimps. Yeah, Rock this joint. Yeah,
I really
freak on it.
Freak on it. Yeah. I love the melody. Yeah. It was really still. But at that time, you know, around that time, you know, I also started
2005. I think.
Yeah,
4 or 5.
Yeah, I had my first release 2005 on DJS Records. It was Motherfucking Psycho, and on the B side was Jumping.
Such a happy title.
Yeah, man. But at that time,
of course.
Yeah. No, but also now you should make it like MF.
Yeah,
I just call it like Motherfucking
Motherfucking Psycho. We also played that song.
Yeah, Motherfucking Psycho.
Yeah.
Psycho.
Yeah. There were a lot of songs on DJS. It was also, I think, Bass Modulators also released.
Yeah, they also did like one track, I think. Yeah. Illusion also.
Illusion. It was an Italian label, right?
No. That was DJs United. Oh no, I was at DJs.
DJS, I think it was a Dutch label.
The Dutch label, yeah. But you mean DJs United? You had the orange one. That was
of course.
And the red one was Lunatic.
Yeah.
that time, yeah. And I think Gerardo was also on DJs United.
Yeah.
That's why I think about Italian label because Sato's on.
Yeah, that was
It also called there was DJs United. So but it's funny if you look back. It still feels like the day from yesterday, you know?
Yeah.
Like
time.
It's already 15 years ago.
Yeah, 15 years so good.
Yeah, and I got a lot of releases.
Do you know how many releases?
I don't know. No, I think I'm almost gonna hit like the number of Bass from Noise Controllers. I did a lot of tracks, but also on 2 sides. Of course, I did 2 sides.
B-Frontliner.
B-Frontliner.
It's not released.
Not yet.
Talk about B-Frontliner.
Yeah.
You have a lot of tracks we ready, right?
I think almost 17 tracks.
Yeah.
When
I know we asked Barry and he said soon, but when is the album coming?
Now, the whole point, at this point, we are now mastering the tracks, like finishing the tracks. The tracks are done.
Yeah.
But you know, you still have some work on, like to put the dots on the E. You say it like this? Or
I don't know.
I don't know, but to put the dots on the E.
Icing on the cake.
Yeah.
Like that.
Put the cherry on the cake.
Yeah, put the cherry on the cake, yeah. Put
the
mayonnaise on the friet. And,
the onions on the frikandel.
The bitterballen on top. No, but the whole point why it's taking so long, because, you know, my main act is still B-Front. And his main act is still Frontliner, of course. And with this Corona time, of course, we have some more time also. But, you know, he also got a young kid. He's not that old still. So he also takes some time for that. I understand that.
Of course.
And for us, you know, I think people, they are really waiting for it. But for us, it still feels like, we just want to make like a good album, a good product. And it's also really hard because some tracks are really like 4 years old already. And they got like that. So you also have to put some freshness in those tracks again, you know, to keep it a little bit like from this time.
Yeah, it almost takes too long to the point where you want to rework older songs again. Because they feel outdated, maybe.
Yeah, but I think now we're on a good spot, and I hope we finish it this year and to release it next year.
Okay.
Like in the beginning somewhere. Because of course I also don't want to make like still from this point like 1 year later to release it, you know. I don't want that, of course not. I also wanted to release it tomorrow. So but that's also sometimes, you know, people, they can really hard online, you know, like talking shit about you and like, don't take them serious anymore, blah blah. But that's what I've told you already. They don't see like what's happening behind the scenes sometimes.
That's why you're here.
It's right. To talk about. No, but
sometimes it takes time to explain something. You can't really explain it like in a short post or anything.
No, but you know, I always have the good meaning with everything I'm doing. You know, I'm not like taking the piss of people. You know, I don't want to do that. No. I just want to make music, and I hope people like the music. And of course, when the parties are loud, I just want to play the music also. Yeah. So I think that's the whole thing, you know. And so people don't send me message again from when the release date is. I just explain it like a couple of times, and also with the EP, you know, because I understand it, but I had some troubles with the artwork, and people don't know that, they don't see it. Yeah. But you know, it took really long because one guy was working on. He said like, I can't do it now, and I understand it. You know, that's. But then the other guy came, but he had to do like all the 4 tracks. And I wanted like different artwork, not like the same artwork. Yeah, of course it takes some time. It's not like, oh, here's your artwork, you know.
No.
So, but thank you also for the waiting. So.
For the patience, yeah.
Yeah, because you're going to release a lot of new songs in the coming months.
Yeah.
So is there like a heartbeat in it? Is it like every 2 weeks or every month?
I think it's going to be every week.
Every week, even?
Yeah, every week one release. Yeah, because the wait was too long, and but also, you know, with the guys from Rust State, they also have some release plans. So, I said to the label manager, like, you know, release it as quick as possible now. So I think it's almost every week a release. So, and then at the end, we're gonna release like the full with extended. So so that's cool.
Nice, man.
And of course, the Qlimax track. I did a special track for Qlimax, so that's also gonna be released. I got 2 collabs who are also ready to go. One video clip is already done also. I got a track with Pleuny. Girl can play really, he can really play good on the piano. And it's a funny story because he sent me a message like, "Hey Bob, I like your work." And I said, she only asked if she can check one time the studio. I said, if you come, we're gonna do a track. So and then I had like we were jamming, and then at one point we were like, oh, this is nice, and then we made the track of it. So I'm happy with the result. Yeah. So I got a lot of tracks going on, and next year I'm also planning to do something cool. Also new live act I'm still busy with, but with the Corona thing, I
don't know. Yeah,
but I put everything like in the fridge, like just keep it like there and keep it like that, and then when we are allowed again.
Yeah, you have so much stuff to.
Yeah, man, I got so much.
Just open the fridge and
of course last year, I did the Intense Anthem. It's really strange, to be honest, to make an anthem. Yeah, you got
Tell me about it.
Yeah, but you already made the track right just before Corona.
Yeah.
Almost right.
We played it at least two or three times.
Yeah.
Before.
When did we finish it?
I heard.
I think we released it in March, so I think we finished it around.
It was done in December or January.
Yeah, something like that.
I heard the first sounds of it, I think in January.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
It was a really I really love that mid intro also, man.
Straight, yeah.
Yeah,
cool.
it feels a bit surreal, man. Like they just announced that they postponed the anthem to like 2021. But now it's still really uncertain if 2021 is going to happen.
I'm always like, also see it as a positive thing. You're the first artist.
Yeah.
Who made a DEFCON anthem
for 2 years?
Yeah, what a positive thing. Let Deep Block and Asphalt make your anthem, and your party is done.
But for next year, you're gonna do like a special edit also, or you're gonna keep it like this, or
we'll see. Let's just see.
Let's hope.
Let's hope. We have.
Otherwise, you're gonna be the first one who has 3 years in a row.
Yeah, but it's like what will happen? If it's DEFCON got cancelled again or postponed towards even 2022, what will happen? Do they keep the same? The music evolves.
But also I'm thinking about they sell tickets.
Yeah,
and if there are still rules that not everybody is allowed to be on the area, how are they gonna do it?
Yeah, it's really difficult. And I think it's also getting time critical, because people don't understand. But if you're throwing a 65,000 people party, you probably start in September already when the party is in June, I think
when you're ending your DEFCON, for example, you're ending with the end of June. I think they're already the next week. They're already
exactly.
Busy with,
we had the guys from Intense and Wish Outdoor in the Made Addictz last episode, and they told us like 1 month after the festival itself, we're already
starting.
It's like max 3 weeks after the festival.
But it's also with us guys, right?
Yeah.
You had like a big Qlimax show, or like I don't know which show, but like a really big show. You did a lot of music, and then you're saying after like, oh, I'm gonna take it easy.
No,
like the next week already, in the studio, because you get inspired. Also, you're like, let's go.
Yeah,
And so, what is your like biggest highlight, or name like the top 3? The top 3.
To be honest, I think the whole top 3 could have been filled in with 2020.
But I want to hear it separate from you guys.
Yeah, because
what is your top 3?
Yeah. I was so looking forward, for example, to close down Ghost Stories on DEFCON, like something like that could easily be top 3 highlight. And I think there was some other things for 2020 planned that could easily top whatever we did before. But if I have to name a top 3, I think coming back on Qlimax in 2017, our exclusive, and maybe something like maybe In Control 2008 or something.
Oh, In Control, guys. Yeah. You have the same feeling with it?
Yeah, because but for us it was also special because like we had Cubase in 2007 and then 2008 we did In Control again, and that was the first time we were walking around in the area because we, besides being an artist, like at that moment we were also big fans, so we went to every area, went into the crowd.
We were really lovers, right? We loved the music, right?
But that was the first party where we were in the crowd and people were actually coming to us for taking photos and everything, so you could really feel like, okay,
something
people really know who we are now,
something is like growing. And, nice, man.
And that was really a nice feeling.
Yeah.
So I think maybe those 3 could fit in top 3, but in the end, you have so many crazy.
It's
memories.
really hard because we're in the scene for 12 years, so 13
Too long, man.
years.
Too long.
Too long. Yeah, we're
Time for
kind of
something
tired
new.
of you guys. I think exclusive has to be one of the highlights.
But how was that night for you guys, exclusive? Was everything perfect?
In the end, yeah. It was kind of hard because we did a live intro with a singer.
Oh yeah,
who just Made Addictz, and we had a repetition just once. And you know the thing, especially back in the day, like 10 years ago, when you have like a live singer, they're like, "Oh, you have a live singer." You know, it wasn't common.
Yeah.
You know, on nowadays it's way more common.
Yeah.
But back then it was like, "Oh, you have a singer. Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Where
cool.
can she stand? Yeah, we don't have any room. Yeah, we will make something over there. Like, yeah, can we have a repetition because she has to like in-ears and all and like, yeah, I don't know.
1 hour before showtime.
Yeah, it was really like that. And she began to sing, and it was so off key.
Oh really?
Yeah, and I was like,
But she was the original singer.
no.
That's a whole different story.
I know this story, but I didn't know if maybe she was But
it was the original singer, but she did some other vocals for us. But she was a really good singer, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, she didn't have the time and experience. And over there, it was a repetition. She didn't hear herself.
And it was in the Heineken musical,
musical.
And she had like the sound of the big speakers above.
Yeah.
It was in so.
And everybody was still like building the stage, so they were not focused on. And I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be so shitty."
Yeah.
And so I was like feeling terrible. I'm like, is there at least something you could do? And yeah, just hope for the best. And that was really a thing. Like before, we were behind the stage, and we made a whole intro. And I think it's still online. You can see it somewhere. And she began to sing, and it was just.
I think it's partly in the after movie of the.
Yeah.
I think so. And she began to sing, and it was just good, you know.
Oh, perfect.
And we were behind. I was just praying, like, please.
Oh, she started solo without you.
Yeah. So that was our intro. Her voice, and after that was just like make some noise for
Nice.
And I was like just hoping and praying, and like I could hear it, her voice, and like, oh, this sounds good, you know, this sounds good. I'm like, yeah. So all fired up.
So you get pumped also.
Yeah, and I think we decided. I don't know if you did it, but we said to each other, we want to play like the 8 hours straight with everybody.
I only had like 20 minutes pause.
Yeah,
because Donkey Rollers played. They did the live act.
Yeah.
But after 20 minutes, because they had a 30-minute live, I thought, hey, fuck it. I want to be a part of the Donkey Rollers.
Yeah.
So I just came back like, hey, Donkey Roller, let's go.
Yeah.
So I was like the fourth Donkey Roller. And it felt like, because, you know, those guys.
Yeah, of course. Like family for you. Yeah,
no, of course. And but to be honest, I think exclusive. Yeah, I played the full package.
Yeah, for us as well.
The full package, because I think it's you know, you're not like in that position like often.
No, it's like really special. Yeah. Really.
To be honest, I would really,
and
I would really do a lot to have like another exclusive.
Yeah.
Or have something similar like that, you know, because after 10 years, so many things changed.
Man, even that night, and it was 2016 for me, I still played all my tracks.
Yeah.
I still had some leftovers to play.
Yeah.
So I was like,
well, if we had an exclusive right now, we had so much music.
You can play the whole weekend.
Yeah,
right?
the whole weekend.
But how cool is that to play? Like, no, it's not cool.
Yeah,
I think it's cool. But I think, that one for me was also very special. And I think last year Qlimax, you know, because I did the anthem. That was for me. That was like my biggest dream to do.
Yeah,
our biggest dream. I think you have a lot of dreams, but that one was really like on my top list, you know.
And I think another one for me was the first Ghost Stories.
Oh yeah,
at Reverse. That was really special. You know, it was so also scary, but exciting.
But that's my question for you guys. Like, what happened with the Ghost Stories? Because it's a little bit spooky. You know, it's spooky vibes, and I like that. But what happened in the studio here? Because normally I didn't hear like those spooky vibes. Or was it just like one track that created, and you're like, hey, this is cool?
It started with Angels and Demons.
Yeah. So that was just the vibe, and we wanted to translate. We were already writing our lyrics ourselves, but we wanted to translate like the scene and also the situation we were in like a different way. Like Angels and Demons, for us it was house and hardstyle, and was also like the raw and melodic, and we want to combine those. And it was just like something, just play on the piano and just came out, and like, this cool vibe, you know. And it was also a reflection of what we thought hardstyle was for us, you know, a little bit more, not too poppy, but still melodic and
hardstyle.
Yeah, just hardstyle and like cinematic in a way.
Yeah, it has some cinematic.
Yeah, so
vibes.
And that worked really well. And and after that we said, we have to make a sequel.
It's always for me. It feels always like an intro of like a spooky movie.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
din, 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 like those, you know, like it feels for me like that. But I think it's really cool that you, you know, it's a separate act, but it also not feels the same. But it's like, you know, there is some. I don't know how to say it. It's you know, it's really cool, man. Also with the face mask, you already know, right?
Yeah, of course. We already
marketing
knew.
is actually, so good for this guy.
We called China like, just eat a bat or something, you know, because we have those face masks.
We need to get our branding on key.
Everybody's calling us stupid right now.
I mean, it's not something we created. It's something that came out of a song. Yeah, because we just did the song, and then of course we did the video with Apartment, and the video was also like a shot in the bullet, you know. So it started from there, and we were like, okay, man, if people really love this vibe, then just make like a sequel, like Hedy is doing with Dragonborn, for example. And then we did the second one, and it got like a really even bigger success. And then for the third song, the Ghost Story song, which wasn't named Ghost Stories in the beginning, but that was because of Jonas asking us to make a song in that vibe, because he also saw the potential of that whole sound. He said, like, I want to do like the final song on DEFCON with the song, and then a little bit Angels and Demons, but more demon. Yeah. So a little bit darker. And then we created the Ghost Story song.
Yeah. And then we thought, oh, well, this is going to be the third one in the story. And
it's going to be the last song on DEFCON.
So let's call it Ghost Stories.
Yeah.
You know, just to do an act. And
that's really cool, man.
Yeah, then we thought about the whole act in general. And then also said, okay, we're going to name this song Ghost Stories as well, because it's going to be the kickoff of our brand, and to get people familiar with the name Ghost Stories.
But I think it's really cool. But I also see that not everything has to be like really planned. Something just happened. You know? It's the same with my coffee club. You know, it just happened. I can't tell you the true story. Can I tell you?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, excited. Yeah,
I'm excited. I'm not excited to tell it, but you know, I told you already that like my relationship was, you know, at one point, and I was missing this girl, you know, like very badly, and I was like, But then at that point, your Instagram was like really growing, and I was still checking like who was watching my stories, you know. Like really pathetic, to be honest. I'm just honest.
Just two people.
Yeah. So what happened is that I made like, I thought, maybe she's checking my stories. So I was doing a coffee photo with B-Front's Coffee Club. It just happened. So but because only I need some stories to check if she was checking my Instagram.
Oh wow.
It's so pathetic. Yeah, it's so bad. But I'm so grateful for it. Because now, you know, I got like 8 mugs already. I got last summer I did like B-Front's Coffee Club. Yeah. It was, to be honest,
it looked really good.
Yeah, everybody was so happy. And I was also, because the first edition, I was really like, also the last day it went sold out. So I was like, I don't know, 300 people really. But I understand it all, because I was the same. When they asked me, I was like, I don't know if it's going to work.
Yeah.
At 11 in the morning, people with headphones on, drinking coffee.
Yeah. How is that an event idea? Yeah.
Hey, but it was like 6 editions all sold out, and after the first one, that was the one that was last minute sold out. All the other
were sold out.
They were like sold out like
instantly
in 30 minutes or something.
Yeah.
the best things are not planned, you know. It just happens, you know. The best.
It's the same that we now going into the studio, right?
Yeah, just happens.
No,
best
just kidding.
things happen.
No, just kidding. But I'm very happy with it, and I think also when we are allowed a little bit more, that's the first time I can do the coffee club again. Yeah. People like it.
Yeah,
they call it even the Bindinghuizer from 2020. Like, yeah, but it felt a little
the holy
like
ground.
Yeah. So it felt a little bit like, you know, united again, and I think that's the power of our scene. You know, unite together. We can like create something, and you know, it's really powerful. And I'm also very happy that because in the beginning when our career went up, you know, it was more a team. I think everybody was more a team. But then at one point, you know, it got more professional also, of course. And you get like more like islands. I call it like that, you know?
Yeah, I kind of agree, but I think it's also from which perspective you look at it. Because if you look, for example, the whole EDM industry, it's such a different industry compared to ours. Our scene is still small and still everybody knows each other.
Very approachable.
That's true. But I think at one point I missed a little bit like the family feeling, you know, because everybody was more like competitive to each other, you know. And I never was like that, you know. I'm more like, you know, together, you know, because the lineup is not only one artist; it's always like a couple of artists who have to make the party, you know.
I never had that as well, like the really competitive feeling.
I never had it,
just for ourselves, you know, be competitive and just to reinvent yourself, want to prove yourself that you can do better, like last year, but not compared to others, you know. It's like,
but I think you know, and also for me, the friends feeling like that, you know, because for example, you know, our sound is totally different. But if we see each other, it's always like, hey, you know, it's always like that.
It's always good,
but you know, but I think it's at one point I missed it a little bit because everybody was like busy with themselves and like, you know, being like.
I think that was the time period that we stepped away from.
Yeah, I think
that was a little bit.
So you're the.
We're initiators.
About this.
No, we're the glue to the hardstyle scene.
You're the beating heart. No, but I'm think for me it feels that's back again. You know, everybody also people like to play each other's music again. You know, I think the vibe is really good at this point in hardstyle.
Yeah, I think so too. Maybe because the differences are not that big anymore. Like between, it's just hardstyle.
Yeah, it's just
hardstyle. You know, like the melodic stuff. You know, our stuff. We used a lot of heavy kicks and the raw guys. You know, as I call them, that they have like really good melodies right now. You know, so it blends really nice.
Yeah, I think for example, like guys as D-Sturb, you know, they're really cool. Yeah, really fat.
Yeah, of course.
Really good productions also, you know. And,
we played a lot of his stuff as well. So I think that's a really good. So it blends really well together.
And how do you see the future? Like, but not only like the Corona thing, guys, because you know, I think at one point it's allowed to go back again.
Of course,
Of course, it's gonna take a long time to be back on the 60,000, 70,000 people in one area. To be honest,
internationally.
Yeah, I think that. But I think like smaller events, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5,000 people.
I hope so.
I think.
Well, I think the future is just bright. You know, it's just the way you look at it.
Do you still think like hardstyle's really gonna explode?
Well,
or is this?
I don't care.
Or
I don't care.
No.
I really don't care. I think it's good how it is right now. So if it's gonna explode, it's gonna explode. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You know,
think normally the agenda is full, right? The schedule. So I think that's a good sign.
Yeah, but. Yeah, I like it how it is actually.
and what is for you guys the thing you're most proud of? I also want to hear it separate.
Most proud of?
Yeah, where are you the most proud of?
Discography, I think.
Yeah?
Just the tracks.
But do you have like one track that is like, this track for me is really special? Or
yes.
Do you have like one track that gives you goosebumps yourself?
Yeah, I think it was Fallen Souls for me.
Yeah,
from Ghost Stories. But yeah, that was like the progression in the track,
It's also depends how and when and which party you play it, right?
Yeah,
you know, what gives the audience back the vibe you're in yourself.
But also Darkest Hour, for example, like I think was
I think that impact. I already can imagine like if you play that track and it's your own track,
it's insane. But also back in the day, like Muse Made Addictz, but
it's so difficult to judge for yourself because often you are taking like the success of a song into your consideration, like for example, Angels and Demons is our only song that reached gold, like a gold status in Holland, so that's really a big success. But is it the song that gives you the most goosebumps, or is it the song you're most proud of? That's really
that also can be like when we talk about the early days, like the B2 side could all be the best track of the record,
Yeah.
So, but I think that's also cool because, what you like or what I'm liking, it's not.
What's your
for myself, my own track?
Yeah, or like the thing you're
like
most
the biggest impact. I think it's Mysterious. I think that's, but I think Magic, of course, with Frontliner also changed a lot.
We played that track so many.
But I think Shivers and Magic, like it's they are like
I think on the same was same time as well, right?
Everything is the same about the track, not the production, of course, but I think the whole like
same feeling,
the same vibe feeling. You also see it like when we do the classics set,
it's like Magic and Shivers.
Those tracks, there are 2 tracks.
You can still play those 2 tracks as well.
Sometimes I still do it.
Yeah,
and also you guys, you still like. Also I hear sometimes Shivers.
Yeah.
But it's always working.
Yeah, it still works.
And I think when it's working, just play the track, But I think In the Creativity for me was the first track that gives me like the B-front sound, like that something happened. Now Mysterious was after.
That was after.
In the Creativity was
okay. Yeah.
So that was the first track for me that felt for me like a B-front sound.
Yeah.
And then
I think that also really stands out for you got such a
specific
sound, and that's such a good thing to have.
I think so, because at one point I was doubting to change, because I think we all had that vibe, you guys also, you went to a little bit like to look a little bit behind the scene, or like,
of course,
But for me, I also was at that point like, should I change my style? Should I do this? Should I do that? I was too much doubting about everything. But at that point I thought, no, this is me. And I'm making music for myself. I don't want to be like selfish with this, but I just make music what I really love. I'm now busy with a track. I was making it in the studio, and I was dancing. The feeling like, this is so cool. I was like that, and that's what I love about making music. To create. Also, sometimes I make with goosebumps, and I think if your own track can give you goosebumps, that's like. And I think also when it gives you goosebumps, then automatically also other people can have goosebumps from it. I hope so.
Yeah. I had like almost a small headhunters moment last week.
Yeah?
We were
crying?
No, I wasn't crying, but I had a hard time.
He did a yoga session.
No, but like we recorded last week for Tomorrowland New Year's Eve. The stream, because they're gonna do the whole festival, like the digital festival, and we created something especially for that event. And when we were playing it, it just felt like so catching, like it catched the whole moment, the whole feeling of and the whole situation. But
is it not the best feeling to play like a new song, and it doesn't matter where, but you work so hard in the studio, and then at one point. You're gonna play the track for the first time, and then without audience. But if it feels right, that's so good, right?
It was even fun, and there were a lot of.
But was it a new solo track for you guys, or
no? It was like it is a
remix.
Yeah, you will see.
Yeah,
you'll see.
Oh,
you'll see.
A Christmas song. Or what?
It's not a
Christmas album.
It was Jingle Bells in the hardstyle version.
Last Christmas Ghost Stories remix.
You'll see. But
you can use the bells.
Yeah,
it's like spooky a little bit. No, it's not spooky at all.
Like Mariah Carey. And Donkey Rollers did Mariah Carey.
Mariah Carey one,
But I had the kind of the same. But it was even fun because they're like that stream, how they make that stream is pretty insane. There's still like a lot of the production is so big.
Yeah,
it's like a lot of people separate from each other, but it's like a big hall,
it's like a TV studio where they record it,
with the green screen is insane.
Yeah, it's a big green screen. I
really
saw some
big
backstage movies.
Yeah. And it was also fun to see a lot of colleagues of us again. Sub-Zero Project, Wild Sauce, Tweakers,
Randy also,
Randy,
Brandon
Hart. It was so normally we see each other every month at least. Like on a big festival,
especially in the summer.
Especially in the summer. And it's kind of it was fun again to have like a backstage area
conversation.
It was still like on a distance, but we could still talk.
Yeah, but I think the socialized thing, I think that's really important also. And I think because people, always how it goes, like, backstage. People are always like getting horny of it, like backstage, like let's go. But to be honest, backstage is like it's fun with colleagues. Just talk, having some fun, do a drink together.
Yeah, that's talk about music.
And most of the time also not talking about music. I always make jokes. You're always like when I'm telling a joke, you're always like, Bob, come on, man. Come on, man. Please. No,
if I want to hear a joke, I will listen to your music.
And what is for you guys the most strange or like worst thing you experienced? Like, do you remember like maybe on one gig there was something crazy happened?
I would say the DEFCON thing.
Yeah, the DEFCON thing, yeah.
Well, and the decibel thing when
when you fell through
the stage.
Oh yeah,
yeah. It was like. Was during shivers. I was jumping
like,
on the stage.
Hans Kazan,
but there was also smoke, so it really looked like
it felt like it was part of the act.
Yeah, I had also on Decibel. I also had like the weekend when I had the anxiety panic attack on stage. So on Friday, I played on the pre-party, and on Saturday I had to play on the Heineken stage. They had like a small Heineken Secret Woods stage. You have to go with both, and I played at the main stage. But there was a year that they switched the main stage. They did it one.
On the long side. Yeah.
So, we played there as well. It was raining cats and dogs. Oh my God.
The whole day. After me, I was back on the main stage. I was really excited, because I always played at the loudness. It's my fault again. But come on. No, but it was raining like hell. I think there were only like 7,000 people on the main stage with like ponchos on, like they were watching me, like But what happened that day? So I had the panic attack on Friday. So imagine this weekend for me. My mom and my aunt also came. They were like really excited to, and then the whole day was raining, so I felt a little bit bad for them. But they really had a good time. But at first I had to play on the Heineken stage, and then. So I took the boat USB. So I put my USB in, and I was checking. And I played without Rekordbox, but I saw the Rekordbox menu, and I was like, "But I don't have Rekordbox." I didn't saw any tracks. I was like, "What is this?" So I was scrolling, didn't saw anything, no tracks. Now I know what happened.
Yeah.
But at that point, I didn't know. So I thought, but I had like other USBs with me. So I put that in. So I played a totally different set. I was like with like a map for example, Emporium 2015, of 2014. And I played in 2015. So I only had like those. But what's funny? People were saying like, "Oh, that set, it's like
it's kind of the same." Yeah,
because you play tracks you never. But 2 hours later, I had to play on the main stage, and I still had like the USB problem. I was like, I had a house over there, so I drove to the house, and then I noticed what happened. Niels from Frequences, he had this laptop, and I put my USB because he needed one track. I played, it was on my USB, so I put it in his laptop. So what happened? He put it in Rekordbox, so Rekordbox automatically thought, "Hey, this is like." I don't know if it works like that, but I think that was the only logical like explanation of it. Yeah, and so I had to play in 1 hour. So we were already like 1 hour. So what I did, I formatted the whole USB.
Yeah.
So and I put like everything, like every map on my computer, and then I put it back. But I think the copying of all the files, it was also 1 hour. So. Yeah, You know the stress?
Yeah.
The panic attack on Friday.
Oh my God.
Like half panic attack on the Heineken stage.
Yeah.
And then I walked with my laptop, with my buddy Arvid, to the main stage. So, 5 minutes or 4 minutes just before I came on stage, my USB was ready. So I didn't know if it's working.
If it's working.
Oh. So I was like, okay, let's pray. So I put my USB in and it worked. And I was so happy.
Oh my God.
I was
The
so
stress.
happy.
Yeah.
Man, that
It's
weekend. So
insane.
like, I still feel it.
Yeah.
I still like in recovery mode for that from that weekend. But it's a funny story. If I'm looking back now, I'm
Yeah, in the end, it all worked out, but the whole road towards it is
sometimes shit happens, but the show
must go on.
Yeah, show must go on, and it's so stressful.
Yeah, I know. But when everything falling off,
then you can laugh about it.
And then it's good,
Yeah, then
it's really good.
The feeling you will have after that set, it's even better, probably.
Yeah, of course, man. It was like I felt, to be honest, because of the stress, I didn't sleep from Friday till Saturday. I was in bed like this because I had my first panic attack. I didn't know.
Yeah.
I felt crazy. Really bad. But yeah, I can laugh about it. That's always so funny, because sometimes I make it myself sometimes harder than it is, because I'm overthinking too much about things. Yeah, and now at this point, I know it. So, that's what I learned the last couple of years. Not make it even worse than it is.
Yeah.
Because I think that's the most worst part of it. Make it in your mind, make it worse than like how it's in reality. So
yeah.
So for next year, 2021, well, what can we expect from you?
The B-Frontliner album, of course.
No!
I think
besides that album.
No, I think we also I talk with frequencers to do like B-Frax again, like to do something again with the act. And for myself, I'm now busy with a lot of music. I'm thinking to do like an album, like a new one. But I want to do an album with tracks nobody heard yet. So I have the time to produce. I also have plans to do. At this point, I'm in the studio with tone shifters. I really love the track with Ellie. Really, yeah.
He's also in your
He's
region,
right? No. He lived in my region.
Yeah,
and then he went to Breda. Now he's to Brandon Hart.
Okay, yeah.
And but that is one of those tracks, I put on in the car and I'm like repeating it all the time. And I get goosebumps. Right?
How many times? Sometimes when I have or we have like a melody or something, I can listen to it for 100 times just to hear if it's right or not. If you love it, it's
and sometimes you have those melody you can repeat all day and it's not. It's always good, But to be honest, I'm listening in the car when I'm busy with music. I'm listening hardstyle of like those tracks a lot, like my own tracks.
Yeah.
But only the work in process tracks.
Yeah.
When it's finished, I do the car check, of course.
Yeah, and after that, it's
And then you're not gonna listen to it
because you listen to it.
Of course, I sometimes I'm like on Spotify checking it out, and like of course sometimes, but most of the time in the car I'm listening like to
just
the modern
work in progress,
classical music now lately. I really love that, like piano songs and stuff like that, and orchestra strings and like that. I really like that style.
Yeah.
And lately also I do a lot of walking and I just do my ears in and I'm gonna check out like those music. I really inspires me a lot lately. Yeah. I already got like 3-4 ideas now from the last week already just to check out some music. So that works. That really works for me because some people always ask me like, where you get your inspiration from? I don't know.
Yeah,
can be anything.
Goes,
just like flies, sometimes they're there, sometimes they're out of your house, and so it is like that. And for me, this really works to get some inspiration.
Yeah,
and
it's good to refreshing to hear because we're in the same kind of vibe as well, like making so much music for next year. Yeah, actually.
What are your plans then?
Yeah, also releasing a lot of new music, like new music a lot of guys never heard before. Because we had we thought we had so many.
But that's also cool now.
That's pretty cool, and we had so many tracks. It's I must say, like you had the same feeling, right? Like when we released Trouble, it's already a year old, but we had so many new tracks already, and we had to release DEFCON.
Yeah, but for me, it doesn't feel like old.
Yeah, exactly. But for us,
for yourself,
it's just for yourself, And normally. when you release a track, and you can really tell the difference when you play the track for the first time after a release. I don't know if you have the same, but if we like play in a club afterwards, a release is the week before, you can really tell like, oh, this track just came out, because you can see the reaction and people were just singing a little bit louder compared to before.
Yeah, but also now what I notice, if you play a track, for example, in a live stream, people know it.
Yeah.
The next time you play it, it's like
so
I
crazy.
played Coffee Club, so I had experience back a little bit from people with new tracks I played. They know everything.
Yeah, it's
like the new track I only played at the Defcon live stream. And everybody was like, I'm like,
holy shit. Yeah, we had the same in Germany. But I must say, like the excitement for a track that you release, or especially those tracks, it lasts a little longer for yourself if you can play it in front of a crowd, because you can see the reaction. Yeah. Now you don't have that reaction, but it's really and we had so many tracks, so we have, I think next week is our next release.
Yep, next week already.
Next week already.
Let the Music Play remix.
Oh yeah, that's next week.
Yeah, I love that one.
Yeah,
official now? Yeah.
Official.
Nice,
yeah.
Because I think first you started.
Yeah, just an edit. We wanted to make like just an.
It was for the hometown sessions.
Yeah, for the hometown sessions, we want to make like just an edit.
I like those tracks. Also from the for example, the old Dana CD was one of my first experience with hardstyle. You know, like those melodies, the derp melodies, and stuff.
Melodies,
you know? And I also think Showtek did like.
They were really good at it.
That vibe, you know, of that days. They also had like that Showtek, the derp, like
a lot of like we call it one finger melodies.
Yeah,
but man,
they're so catchy. Yeah, no, and that track, we were both a really big fan of that track, and you could still play the original kind of, but we want to just give it an update or just a remix, just our flavor. And I think it worked out really well. I think we made it in like 3 hours or something, and we just played it, and everybody was like, "Holy shit, we want to have that!" And they really Showtek really loved it as well. So yeah, why not release it?
It's really cool track.
So actually, I think that's the first track that has been made during Corona and is being released.
No,
the Enemy.
Yeah. We made the Enemy.
But it's Ghost Stories.
Ghost Stories,
So the first
I did Feelings of the Night. I never played it. I did it with Thijs. And Above Heaven, we also made it, and with Adrenalize track.
I really love your collaborations with Adrenalize.
Yeah, I like it also.
Yeah,
but I think with every artist I'm collabing with, every track is different.
Yeah,
so that's what I like.
Yeah.
You know, I can like
best of both worlds.
Yeah, but I try to put like my like the B-front like vibe in it, you know. But I also want to hear like the other. I think that's the perfect collab, you know, to hear like both sounds back, you know.
Yeah.
And but normally also with the releases thing, you know, normally why I also wait with releases is because the funny thing is, you know, not a lot of other people play B-front tracks because I think it's too specific sound, you know.
Yeah.
I think it's of course you have like some tracks, you know. For example, Touch a Star. Like a lot of people played it, you know. Yeah. But I think like more my solo tracks, I'm like the only one, and I wanted to create that people just first kind of watch my sets. So if they want to hear the track, they have to come to my set.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, I want to release it. But you know, it changed a little bit now.
Yeah, it's
so
changed.
I also talked with the guys from the label to do like maybe some more quicker releases now also because you know that changed. But that was my whole like how I saw to do it.
Yeah,
you know?
times change, so you have to adapt. You know, to these times.
But it's also fun now.
Yeah, it's of course excited. Well,
but are you
not exciting, but
are you more creative now?
Not more, but on the same level. I think. Yeah, I think we were already pretty creative since 2017.
Yeah. So
we made a lot of music, and we did the same actually for 2021. Like we have. 6, 7, 8 tracks already.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think got like 25 with the B-Frontliner album, of course.
Yeah. I think with so many different melodies, but I think like maybe 10 tracks already. 80%.
Yeah.
And tour-wise, because I think for everybody was like crazy sometimes, you know. Are you also gonna do it different when you're going back? Like different tour guide schedule? Or are you gonna do the
I think we were quite in a happy place, you know, like
we always have that like we didn't want to tour 3 weeks or more. Like 3 weeks was our max.
Yeah.
Kind of. So just to be home for a couple of days or 5 days, and then we can tour again. But not like 2 months straight in China or something.
No,
it wasn't really.
No.
We already had some agreements on how to keep it like doable. You know.
Yeah.
Of course, it's sometimes heavy, but for example, having like a long seated chair in the plane would help a lot. You know, make sure you sleep well, eat well. Take a lot of rest, but also being back in the studio and being creative gives so much energy.
Yeah.
So we were in a happy place already. I don't think we have to change much.
I also said for myself, for example, if you fly to Australia, I said to myself, I want to have a business class now. I did the flight, I think 12 times.
Yeah.
And I did it like 8-9 times like economy. And to be honest, it's okay. Or, for example, with some airlines, it's really nice. But I think if you staying there for like 3-4 days, you have to be like a little bit like, so, but it's always funny, you know, when you're walking in like the business class with my red hair, you know, people are like, what is he doing? You know, like this kid, you know, like I'm just.
The first time we flew business, do you remember that? Nah, I think it was just an upgrade, you know, or
yeah. But for me, it felt like it still is, you know.
Yeah, people are watching, like, what are you? But nowadays,
but everybody's watching each other, like, what are you doing?
So no, but nowadays it's different because they know DJs. Like 10 years ago, I think we had our first business class with just points or an upgrade. We were just kids, and everybody was like DJ. They only knew Chesto and Armin van Buuren, you know. They didn't know anybody else, but nowadays they're like, especially the Dutch airlines, they're like, you're a DJ. Okay.
Or you get a card, you know, like yeah. But I was with Emirates. I fly to Australia, and you have the bar, of course, in the Emirates one
in the back.
So I was sitting there, like chilling out, and there was like the business guy from Holland. You know, he was there also, like a really big guy. I didn't know him. He also didn't know me, but then we got talking, you know. But it's so fun to like. You know, it was for me. It's a really nice experience to, and I'm also very thankful that I'm allowed to do it. You know,
but it's also, I mean, from a business perspective, like for example, for us, if we would have to fly to Australia in an economy seat, it's doable because like everybody is doing it. You know, like there's only a small amount of people going into business class. But we will lose, I think, maybe 5 or 6 days in the studio because when you get back, you have to rest. You have to get better, you know.
We're quite tall.
Yeah, we're so tall. So, like, all those days you're losing are making up for the loss of money of paying for a business class ticket.
And I also, you guys also, and I'm also not like that. You're like showing like how, you know, how things going and stuff. I think you're also down to earth guys, you know. Yeah, we know where we started from, you know, and you also still remember where you started, you know, and also the hardstyle flock, of course,
of course,
hardstyle flock.
No, but this is also.
I think that's also what I like about you guys. You know, it's not about how many things you have. For me, it's about like how do you feel, how you're happy, you know, how do you have good times with your friends, family, or like your girlfriend or something. Something like that.
It's the most important thing. Yeah,
I think that's, you know, but that's also about this whole situation. I was thinking about like, hey, you know, of course you can live like a king, but you also can live like a prince.
Yeah.
And you
also fine.
Just say you're the same.
Are you gonna do something different
with like
touring?
Maybe like because I was
only business class.
No. Only private jets. And I want to have like a pickup with a Lamborghini. But no. I was still playing also a lot in Holland. And lately, like it went more to international. So I was happy with that. I was also really invested my sound a little bit to be more like international. So I want to do like a little bit less gigs in Holland, but I also at this point, you know, because every club owner they need to support now also. So I'm also like, if I can help people, of course not like I'm gonna play free at your party, of course not. But I think I'm also at this point, and I'm thinking like I also want to help like the clubs in Holland, you know, to grow again, and because everybody has a hard time now, especially the event business. It's really hard. But I think maybe a little bit that I'm saying myself what I want, you know what I mean? But sometimes there are coming bookings in, and I was like, you know, it's it's just like how do you say it? Let's like one booking too much sometimes, you know. Then you have to drive to Friesland and then go, for example, you know.
Just skip that one. And
but I'm telling you, like, because I also want to help the club in Friesland, for example. You know what I mean? But I will see. You know, I think it's really important that that if we can come back, that everything is growing. Like, again, you know.
And the thing is, like, you have to really enjoy it. So, like for example, Willem Hedant, he said, I will never do a tour in China like that again ever.
No.
Like I did before.
No,
just for it was just kind of for the money, you know. It was good money, but he said, I'm not happy with it because it's different, you know. And it was
money make it easier, but money don't make you happier.
No,
that's the true thing, really. And I think, of course, you know, to be like the cool guy online and stuff, but it's not about that. It's really not about that.
No.
You know, just stay true to yourself, stay close to yourself, just do what you like to do. And do what you love to do.
And I really believe, like, if you're in a good place and you're happy, that creativity goes.
If you're on a good road, you know, I think all the good things come to you. And if you take like a left or right and it doesn't feel right, you also notice that. I think so. I think that's, I think that's life. You know, that's life.
That's life.
That's life. No, but I think
it's kind of a good, these times also reflects what we have. You know, like, for example, I really, the touring that we do, the shows are so special.
Yeah.
I'm craving to go back on stage right now. It's like...
I understand that, I know, to be honest, I also told you just before the show, you know, I think if people ask me, like, do you miss it? But I still didn't have the chance to miss it. Like, because I was so busy the last few months, and it still feels like yesterday that they shut down. It feels like that for me. Like, reverse is like the like if I woke up,
for me it feels ages ago.
For me, I don't know why.
And we already did like some shows, like the Musical Madness show and the one in Finland. But even those feel like ages ago. Like, I really want to go on stage yesterday. You know, like,
for me, I don't know what it is, but I think also time flies, man. It's like, for me, it feels like that. But I think it's a good way, because otherwise, if I'm sitting at home and I'm like all the time missing something, you don't. That's also not good, you know. I think
you have to stay busy.
Yeah, but I was more focusing on myself, on like, okay, what is possible at this point? You know, not what is not possible.
Yeah.
So I was not waiting. You know, I just thought to myself like, hey, let's go.
Yeah.
You know, my dad always told me, like, you know, being lazy and laying down, you know, it's not going to help you. Always be active and, you know, be at one point that you always
be front.
Yeah, be front. Yeah. So that's how I create my name. So
be in front.
Just be front.
Just be front. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know if we have any questions from the viewers, listeners.
B-Frontliner album. Of course.
What's the strangest place you ever played at?
I think
Wuhan.
On the market there.
The Heineken stage.
No. But I think, it's. I don't want to be rude, and it's not a strange place, but it was always like really fun and underground. In the beginning in Scotland, you know, when you came in like in those rave bunkers, you know,
arches. Yeah.
You know, you have to. You remember,
of course,
right?
Yeah.
But it's not a strange place, but it's like really like underground.
Yeah.
Like, let's go.
Different,
Everybody was like fucked up,
totally
party,
wasted,
you know, like, oh, it's so fun.
Yeah.
And it was always that you have to play at like 11 p.m. or 12 p.m. because the party shuts at 1.
Yeah.
And it's for the better as well, because at 11 they're totally wasted already. It's like such a different culture.
The Scottish people, they are so dedicated, you know, they are so like into it.
I really love that.
But I think that's like those locations, like the old school,
sweaty,
like,
dark,
you know. Also, once in Sweden, it was so warm inside, and it's so strange location to walk in, and it felt like a dark factory or something.
Yeah, that was probably in the Slechthus thing.
I don't know, but
it was like a slaughterhouse or something.
I think something like that. And then they had like the Christmas like lightnings also with the DVD and stuff. So I think that's one of the craziest places I played. Yeah. So
what about you guys?
We played in that was really a long time ago in a strip club, but we didn't know it was a strip club.
But where?
In Lyon, I think. Do you remember? There was
It was such a weird night.
There was so, but I think we were 16.
But people were dancing there, like
there were just. I think it was
the girls on the pole, so were dancing.
No, there was like it was the birthday of a son of the club owner, and if I remember correctly, because we were so wasted as well, and we were just dancing, and suddenly there were like girls completely naked dancing, and we were like, what's happening?
Like, with money and stuff.
Yeah, it was like, this like a strip club, you know. And the owner, he picked us up, and it was like a really fancy in suit and tie guy. So we thought, well, this is the business owner, you know. We're just gonna play in the club. But there were like, I think 10 hardstyle lovers, or
it was really like, surreal, like a really surreal.
There was like
I had like a booking also in where was it? Like in France, and I came in and I think there were like a lot of cars in front of the club, but then I noticed that I was in like another area. There was nobody, like 5-6 people or something. And then at the end there were 20 people, and I was like, what the fuck, man? They weren't. But then I also heard Angerfist was playing 2 clubs further, you know. You know, and there was a last minute booking. They always do it with me. Like, oh yeah, we need like a DJ. Is there still Bob is available? And then and I'm also like the first like ever hardstyle act in that club. You know? It's
yeah,
I was fucked.
We wanted to try something.
Yeah, sometimes you have these areas where there's like 3 or 4 clubs, and they see that one is doing well with hardstyle, and they all they try to attack each other, and they're all programming hardstyle on the same night, and then everybody's doing like halfly good, halfly bad. You know, it's so bad for the scene.
Yeah, but to be honest, you know, I'm always do my best, even if there are like 20 people inside. You know, but it happened. It once happened also. I played at hard bass, and just before that, I had to play the timeout Qlimax. And in the timeout, there were like 20 people. And 2 hours later, I was in a full football stadium with 20,000 people. Like, how?
Yeah.
But how, you know? But that's one of the, like, the crazy experience I had.
Okay. How did you experience the night of Qlimax 2019? Because your parents were also there.
Yeah.
Walk us through.
From the beginning, like, you know, to be honest, I was a bit stressed the whole like 2 weeks before, because, you know, you feel the tension coming up, and, you know, just my anthem just came online, and I was excited, of course, and I said to myself, okay, I'm gonna meditate every day from Monday till Saturday. I'm gonna meditate every morning, 50 minutes, and I'm gonna have a walk and just relax. And I want to have everything finished on Wednesday, so I'm relaxed. And on Saturday morning, I woke up, and it really helped. And I felt so calm. I felt so good. I just had like a small walk, and I called my dad. I said, I'm so relaxed. I don't know what it is. But then we had the fan meeting just before the show in the hotel, and I had to play like a small DJ set there. But when I came in, for me, it felt a bit, then the tension came, you know. I felt, and I got tired. You know, I always get tired when I have tension. So then I asked someone from Q-Dance, hey, do you still have like the hotel room? I did a power nap for 20 minutes just before walking in. Yeah, just before walking in, because I felt really tired. And that was the best power nap I ever had. So I walked in because, you know, power naps also can go really wrong. Yeah. Really wrong. Like,
that you wake up and you're like,
which time, which year? Like,
there's nothing a vodka Red Bull doesn't help out.
No, it was a worst, but it was a really, really, really good one this time. So I was happy with that, and I walked in. I also have a picture with my dad standing next to each other, like, you know, checking the stage from the right side. And I had the anthem show just before your set. So that was the first time I'm gonna play the anthem. The only thing was, because they make the show file from it, you know, I couldn't control it, and I think that for me was because I wanted to have like that feeling
The
a little bit.
fader,
But I
yeah.
think this was also really good. But the only thing was, they put it on 150 BPM. Yeah, for you guys it was perfect. You know?
Yeah.
I think for you guys was good. But for that time, for me it felt when
a
I
little
heard it,
slow.
it felt slow. But and the night it didn't felt slow anymore.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's so strange sometimes. We did. I remember the first Ghost Stories we did at 150 BPM as well.
Yeah.
Just yeah, fuck it. Just do it. You know?
Yeah, but I still like sometimes I'm also still on 150. I'm changing, but now most of the time I'm 155.
Yeah.
But sometimes I also one of my new tracks that gets released is 150.
Yeah, we produce on 150 with a few exceptions.
Yeah.
Like Impact Anthem was 53 and
Was it not quicker?
no 53, but it's got a lot of energy. So
Oh, yeah. It felt like 160.
No, and with
or I have a zippy share rip with max bass boost and
and a feel. Yeah, you have that face. And feel it was 155, but normally we play at 152, 53.
I always play
75.
Yeah, I could end on that one, but most of the time on 65.
65?
56, sorry. 56, right?
56,
Yeah. Most of the time around that. Like, so it's funny that I'm still producing also on 150 because you have to pitch the lot. But yeah, I don't know. It depends also a little bit who's playing before you. But I'm really like also thinking about that. Who's in between me and the line?
We don't care at all.
No?
As well. No, not at all. Like if someone's playing before us hardcore, like we're just gonna do it.
But I had, because I'm not gonna start the discussion again here because I had like one discussion just in beginning of the year that I said like guys that are closing down with like the up tempo tracks. I don't get that because. But I don't want to talk about it anymore. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
But my opinion is I don't get it, but I don't care either.
Yeah.
Like I'm like if someone wants to close down with 210 BPM before me, I just put on like one of our biggest songs, and then the people are already into
that's right. And I also because when I said that time, I also want not offend anybody with that. I respect everybody, but I also don't get it sometimes.
No.
I just, for me, a
nothing
good party
anymore.
is a build up in the lineup.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, but I agree to you 100%. But
and sometimes you
wouldn't
can
let
do
that-
this. Sometimes, of course, it's not.
We did it on purpose on our exclusive. We talked about it before, but we had Zatox, I think, from 2 till 3, and after that was Isaac. And it was a little bit hard for Isaac back then because, like nowadays, it doesn't matter. But back then, it was a little bit like it took 10 minutes to go back in the energy. But you can really tell, like, it helped for the
rest of the night.
For the rest of the night because they were dancing until the end.
But I think it's not like the biggest science, but there is some. You have to have some idea when you're playing your set. Also, maybe in the moment, maybe just before,
Yeah.
But I think that's for me why preparation is also really important. Just prepare yourself a little bit, also that you can change in the moment.
But it's sometimes difficult because I think on like a big festival you get like 10 one-man shows. It's really difficult to say. Like also, I like if I have to speak for us, I can really like position ourselves within our scene, but some artists maybe feel bigger than they are or want to pretend to be bigger than they are or like exposing themselves like that, so they feel like they're having the best slot or having to make the night, and sometimes it's just better if you play a role in the night instead of play your own show. But we got that whole experience from back in the days. We opened for artists that were way bigger than we were back in the days.
That's the whole thing, mate. About like we because we are already so long in the scene. We know the unwritten rules.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We had the unwritten rules.
Yeah.
I sending Dove when I want to play some tracks with you in the Cubase 2009 set.
Yeah.
I emailed Dove. Like, hey, I want to play those 2 DBSTF tracks, but it's on scan tracks. Is it allowed to play? He said, yeah, it's so nice that you email me, but you're allowed to play it.
Yeah.
So, I think that's a little bit having respect. Yeah. I think that's the whole word what I'm trying to say. Just respect also the DJ behind you. You can play your own stuff, of course, man. But I think it's better for the party. You know, do not have.
Yeah, I totally agree that it's better for the party.
But maybe it's a bit old school. You know, but I like it old school sometimes. You know,
it kind of is. I think. Yeah.
But I think, if I'm looking back and I'm still looking at this point, you know, I'm very proud of myself. Like,
you should be.
What I experienced and what I achieved also, you know, and I'm like, and for me, it still feels, I think you have the same. It's only just begun, right?
Yeah,
you have the same feeling? Or you're already thinking about like...
retirement?
Retirement.
Well, after this year, I'm not thinking about retirement at all. Like, I really want to just go back into...
in 1 year, you're so tired because you give it all. Like
I'm really curious how we can... how we will handle it, especially the first month of touring.
I think it's gonna be heavy.
I think so too, because we were like 10 years of touring.
In a train.
You're in rhythm. You have to.
Yeah,
but you're in a speed train. Like, you know, you keep going, and then at one point, stop.
Yeah.
And you have to walk. You can't sit. You cannot stay there.
No.
So you need a new train.
Yeah,
and then it's going.
I think the first couple of weeks, but I also really do believe you got so much energy from the crowd that you will keep going anyways.
I did the I Am Hardstyle in the Ziggo Dome in August.
Yeah.
Man, there were 2,000 people inside. For me, it felt like there were 10,000
people. It felt
the same
in Germany.
Good, man. It felt so good to be back.
Yeah.
And I was nervous, man. I was so nervous in the beginning.
Yeah.
Because, you know, there was like, there is an intro again who's gonna say like, give it up for B-Front. I'm like, oh yeah, let's go. Let's go.
I feel like a superstar again.
Yeah, but it felt really like that, man. It was so nice.
Yeah. Like a really, really good nerve.
But you give like the energy, man, and everybody's so...
But everybody's craving for it.
But imagine the people who do giving you the energy. Do you already know the first song you're gonna play? Like,
I would have asked that question.
Yeah.
What is the first song you're gonna play?
I think I'm gonna play. Oh man.
Depends where.
Depends where. But I think I'm gonna play or Electronic Symphony. Sorry?
Hakken en knotsen.
Then the circle is... No. But I think or Electronic Symphony with Adrenalize. I want to have like the feeling. Or maybe Mysterious, Let's Go, you know.
Like the first time we... on a big festival, I want to play for 3 hours.
But start with the DEFCON anthem.
Or with some really cool, like fat mid intro, man. Everybody's like, "Oh, let's go!" You know?
Of course.
I mean, we played the DEFCON anthem for an audience maybe 3 times or something, and people were already singing along to it so loud.
Yeah, it's sick.
Like, can you imagine now after a year of not partying and listening to the anthem?
60,000 people in front of you on the main stage.
Like so praying that DEFCON 2021 will go through, because I think we're just gonna, because we were supposed to open DEFCON and close DEFCON with Ghost Stories. So I think we're just gonna start with the anthem. And can you imagine what will happen?
Let's go.
Yeah, I can't wait. But yeah, we'll see. But besides that,
or just the boom.
Yeah.
If you just hear that, you know, then everybody already...
But I think everything if you put like one clap, everybody
like,
go like, woo, let's go.
Yeah, almost like the techno scene. If they hear one clap, woo!
It will be even more appreciated when it's
I think the end, especially that the gathering of DEFCON 1, it's insane
it's already
by itself, you know. But can you imagine...
I don't know. It's
for me, goosebumps thinking about it.
Yeah, but I'm you know, I also have like when I watch like the old, for example, Dedicated, you know, like one of the last big parties. If I see those movies back, it's really strange that so many people could like.
Yeah, it's almost,
and that's just like a couple of months ago.
Yeah, it feels surreal. Like, so many people.
But I think you know, the energy is gonna be like insane. I think maybe it's like also really good for the scene. That this happened, you know.
And people will appreciate more that they have these events.
It was like really normal, also for us, right?
Yeah.
Like every weekend we were in big parties, you know, in clubs. We saw like the whole world.
Yeah.
And now, it was not normal to experience that.
No,
it's very true.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. Like a good reflection on yourself.
Reflection sometimes is.
It's a good thing. But I can't wait to play again. I missed it.
Are there more questions?
Yeah, people asking about the release of Thank God for Music and Unfold Me.
Thank God for Music is the final one on the EP. So Cosmos is released this week.
Yeah.
Next week, Purest Heart is a solo track. I didn't play it a lot. Last time, also for the first time on
the stream.
No, on Qlimax.
Qlimax
was the first time I played it.
Yeah.
I just finished it that week. That was the track I had to finish on Wednesday. And but I didn't play it a lot just because I want to have it like still special, you know. But I really love the track. And the week after is Fate and Insanity with E-Force. It's a really hard one, but really cool. Like really like good vibe. Yeah, not a good vibe. It's like a dark vibe on it.
Really cozy.
Romantic song.
Put your fireplace on and just put some candles on.
Especially for Christmas, sitting with your family.
No. But it's really, I think the contrast of the track is really cool. You know, you hear really my sound in it and also his sound in it. And I think the one we did 2 collabs in 1 week. So one track was more E-Force. This track is more B-Front. So
okay.
And the final track is Thank God for Music. And I think that track is really special for me. I don't know. I just give me like goosebump. And one friend, Don Fire Jamie, he always starts crying when he hears the song. So it's really touched him. That's the song. And I don't know. I really like it.
Yeah.
So that great track gives me goosebumps.
Yeah.
You know? And,
nice, man.
So that's good.
Cool.
So that's the final one. And Falling is the track just behind that. The video clip is already finished. So that track is going to be released after the final one of the EP. So from at this point, I'm going to keep it more going. So
yeah.
Good stuff, man.
High tempo. High tempo.
Releasing. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go.
Right. Well,
yeah, I think
we'll do the
statement. Yeah, we always have a statement, and we don't know what it is, and we have to
we get a statement now. Then
we get a statement.
I will throw it in.
Yeah. And you don't know it.
No.
So, for real?
Yeah. For real. Yeah.
Like, okay, I don't know. Maybe you know it already. You're thinking about like.
No. It is a bad thing that regular DJ sets are only 60 minutes nowadays.
Ooh. So it's a bad thing that DJs only play 60 minutes. Then.
Yeah. Do you agree
or disagree?
Yeah, I agree. If it's only 60 minutes, only 60-minute sets, and those are a lot, I kind of agree. I think you can be more diverse if you play a little bit longer.
I think it depends on where you're playing. Because I also had some parties that 1 hour was really enough.
But everybody agrees, you know, with you. No, just kidding. Like.
No, but
it would have been fun if he said, "Do you guys ever play 1 hour?
Yeah.
Like they only book me for 30."
No. I really love to play 1 hour and 30 minute sets.
Yeah.
Because you can do more diverse sets. So I think I'm also, and maybe sometimes do a 2-hour set.
But I know what you mean.
But then pay for it.
But I know what you mean. If you play like a DEFCON or Qlimax, it's you really want to capture that moment and to have that same energy.
Yeah, but to be honest, I think Qlimax sets from like, for let's say 1 hour and 50 minutes. I think
15. Yeah,
like that.
Yeah, good
think,
work.
Yeah, that could
maybe
work
some
for me.
show things inside so that you have like the cooperation with some show elements inside it. You know, you can do it.
I think to be honest, that when the whole Corona stuff is gonna end, that like event organizations are gonna book artists for longer slots, because I think they in some way have to like make up for even like or the loss of people in the scene, because like we had a lot of good stage builders, a lot of good like fireworks, FX, all that kind of stuff. So I think the people who are really doing good are less available, so they have to even hire more people or pay a higher price. And I think to compensate for that, maybe at the artist perspective, they're gonna just like take some artists off the lineup and get some longer sets done.
Yeah, or like the opposite way, because I think you also have like a lot of new talented guys. You know, they are like just before Corona, they had a lot of like new names. You know, so like, hey, cool. But so and now what I see now, like with the live sets, you know, it's only like most of the time 45 minutes.
Yeah.
So I think because they want to give maybe a lot of people stages, so that's also could happen, for DJ wise.
Yeah.
But what I hope is that, like, for example, sometimes I think 1 hour is really enough, like, but it really depends on which party you play and which stage you have. But just I think 1 hour and 30 minutes for me is perfect, because I even could play all my tracks in 1 hour and 30 minutes. So if I only have 1 hour, I'm always stressing. Yeah. Because I can't play all my tracks.
Yeah, I think it could be good for the vibe and everything, because now you just put like one big mega mix of music into 1 hour, and it's like a constant hype,
Yeah.
And then you can maybe switch it off to more like not industrial music, but
it's more
different.
Dynamic, yeah, underground maybe.
Yeah, you can switch it up a bit and make the sound more diverse and interesting, I guess.
Yeah.
So it could be really cool, and it could also help the people to gather some energy during your set as well, to give even more towards the end or whatever,
Yeah.
Like we as artists are always focusing on, okay, let's get the most out of these people in 1 hour, but you get 10 of those sets in a night.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
It's difficult. So.
That's true. But I also think, like, for example, like the Cubase ones, 2 hour set.
Yeah,
that was cool.
Yeah,
that time.
Yeah.
But I think if we wanted to do it like 2 hour set, we have to kind of prepare.
Yeah.
Because
to find the right songs.
The special.
Yeah, because we're so used to 1 hour or 1 hour and 15.
But did you do the
sets.
Spotlight one with Matrix?
No.
So I had to play 3 hour set, but it was really fun. I was so tired afterwards. Because you give like a lot of like energy, I'm always like really energetic when I'm playing.
Yeah.
People always ask like, is it just like an act? No, it's not an act. I'm
You
just like, if I just press play, then that happens to me,
Yeah.
And but after I had like my arms, I couldn't raise them anymore. I was like, guys, thank you. Like,
I had that exclusive. It's like my muscles were sore.
Oh.
8 hours long, like.
No, but I think 3 hours, like, with no guests in between, just fully on, was cool.
Yeah, we're with the two of us, so you can just grab a drink and
someone else is still
you are like one of the, like, if you have the duos in the hardstyle, we saw a lot of like come and go, to be honest.
Yeah.
But you're still rocking it.
Still rocking it.
What is your secret? Is it like really good friendship, or like good communication, or is it?
Yeah,
did you ever had like an argument?
Of course,
yeah.
But like really a big fight that you're like at one point that you're like, I fuck you.
Well, that was more in the beginning. Like we were also younger, and there was more stress. Like we were, like for example, when we made the Made Addictz album, like we had so much stress because like we had Trilogy in 2009, and they said to us, okay, you have to make an album before September. And then there's a lot of stress and a lot of like time pressure involved. Yeah. So at that point, you sometimes lose yourself. But nowadays, no, not really, because like we have some.
But if you look back, how cool was it? Also,
yeah, of course, But we just have some good agreements. Like at first, we know from each other what we're worth, in our company. But also, like if someone is not like agreeing on something, either if it's music or investments or whatever we do for our company, then of course the other one can try to convince the other. But if that doesn't happen, then we just agree on like not doing it, And I think that's one of the
compromising.
Yeah, one of the best rules you can have.
Yeah, but I think also like I think you're a really good example, like how you can work really good together, know. Because a lot of people are working together when there is like money coming, they're always getting like troubles, issues, or for example, someone of you guys missing the motivation. But I think you keep you also each other, like,
you have to,
like like focus.
Yeah, and we're not like we're doing different stuff, you know. So if we were both like be really studio animals, I think that's really not working. Or if
no, but I'm always happy that I'm working alone, and I love to do like collaborations. I love to work together.
Yeah,
because also sometimes it's so funny when I'm by myself in the studio and I don't have the inspiration, and then one of my best friends, he's just gonna chill out in the studio, and I'm gonna sit and then it's happening in the studio then, you know.
Yeah.
So that's funny.
Yeah.
But I think I got really respect for that, guys. That you are really like still like a good team, you know.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, it's like you don't want to have like two captains on one ship.
No, but I think
English saying.
but I think, you know, I think a lot of like also the young guys, you know, who are like duos, you know, they can. I think if they want to have like goals,
and I think like you have to do it 50-50. Like that's also a big part of it.
Yeah, there shouldn't be someone like bigger or smaller than the other one, you know, not in terms of work, but also not in terms of money or like importance for the company. You know, you both have to have your value for the company and have to respect each other's value.
Yeah,
that's the most important thing.
And I think if you have good communication about that, I think then that's the whole. No, but I think it's good because what I told you, like we saw people going and like. You know,
there's not that many duos left.
No. Sorry, no,
there's not that many duos left.
No, but I think that's really important to work together, and keep it like nice together.
Yeah, it's really important.
Yeah, it really is, and I kind of like to work alone on the beginning stuff, just to figuring out stuff. But I'm so happy that we that we can finish it together. You know, like if I'm stuck with and most of the times when we are together, it really
the magic happens.
Yeah, flows. It goes really fast after that. You know, so that's always a good thing. You know.
Yeah, I think so.
Still, yeah,
but I respect you guys for that. I think it's really that's also why I ask you.
Yeah, so, yeah, it's all good, all good.
No, but I think for me, I really love to work alone. But I told I think I'm the one with the most X. I think. Like, line so B-Frax, Saza front, of course.
Two sides.
B-Frontliner. Yeah, B-Frontliner. Then where do I have more? Yeah, I had like the live act, the Beyond Reality live act. It was also with
Rough
like
State
the
Live
suit,
Act.
like Rough State Alliance. Yeah, man. It's too much, I think.
might be.
Sorry.
Well, Barry, call Barry. Barry, the album is not gonna happen.
No, but with every act, I had really cool things. You know, in the beginning, Two Sides, for example, B-Front was still like, you know, going up, but then Two Sides at one point we went. I don't know why, but people liked it. If I listen to songs back, it's not that good, but you know, for that time, you know, it was really nice.
You have to see in that time perspective.
For that, we did really cool things, and also with Sazerfront, of course, all the left-right moments we did, like 60,000 people going left-right. Even Dimitri Vegas like Mike, stole it from us. I think that doesn't matter. Of course, it's just a sample. We also use a sample, but I think the whole idea of the track.
Of course, they saw the DEFCON.
Of course, everybody saw the DEFCON one. I think the whole dance industry saw the DEFCON. So that's really nice experience, of course. And with B-Frontliner, of course, we make some really cool bangers. And with Barry in the studio, it's always like, you also did a
new collab.
We're
working on it.
Is it like do I say something that is
no? It's I really like Barry. He's always hello.
Yeah, but to be honest, I think Frontliner is also like
funny,
on a good like, you know, he's really at this point. I'm also proud of him that he's also worked really hard to go.
Yeah,
because he missed it also like a couple of years, you know, because of some choices and but it's really nice that he's back, and I'm very happy with him. Like,
he's doing really, really well.
But he's so handy in the studio, man. It's just like he's like, cool. Sounds cool. Sounds fab.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, and with B-Frax, of course, also really nice. The first hard bass in 2000, not the first hard bass, but our first performance is 2013, I think. Yeah, it was so insane. Also to close down, to close down the hard bass there, and it's
already 7 years ago.
Yeah, man,
almost 8.
Yeah, it's sick. It's sick, man. I don't want to talk about it. How quick time goes, man.
My father, he just turned 70, and I told him like, we don't talk about age, but about level. We reach level 70. You know, that feels really good. Like, I reached level 32 already. Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, I can do some levels also.
Yeah, right.
I like that.
So if you're
almost level 33 for me.
Oh, you're 32 as well.
Yeah, 32 now. Yeah. 88.
Same age, 88.
Best
good year.
European Championship.
Wow.
Holland, let's go.
Don't ask my opinion about that. But, all right. Well, thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, man.
Thank
I
you.
think
How
we're
long
gonna close
was
this
it?
one off.
Was the talk, man? Because
More than 2
hours.
hours.
Perfect.
2 hours. Yeah.
Yeah, it was so fun. We should do this again, man.
Let's do it,
Time
man.
flies.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
And welcome to the club. It's
Yeah.
present for you guys, so you can take each.
Yeah.
Every time we drink a coffee here now, we can.
Yeah,
think,
yeah.
about
Thanks.
you.
Thanks,
Just
Bob.
think
enjoy it,
about
man.
you.
And
Yeah.
I wish you all the best for the.
Yeah, you too,
upcoming,
man. Can't
upcoming
wait for your
months,
new
yeah.
music as well and next year. And
Perfect.
yeah, hopefully we see each
Let's
other
make
again. on,
let's make a beautiful scene again.
Yeah, true. Well, thank you everybody for watching. And yeah, our next guest is gonna be in December, right?
Yeah.
Be in December. It's gonna be Atmospheres, so that's gonna be pretty cool. I think what's the date? The 8th?
8th of December.
December.
Next week, the release of Let the
Yeah,
Music
next
Let
week.
the music play.
Let the music play.
And tonight we're gonna release the new Ghost Stories tees in the dark green.
Kaboom.
So they're gonna be in our store
So I
tonight.
give you presents and you don't give me presents.
Oh, if
You can have
would
one.
like a Ghost Story.
Yeah,
of course
We
I
have
like
some
Ghost
spare-
Stories.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
you
gonna
can
wear
have
it
one.
with proud, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah,
Oh, well, we have one for you ready. So
Perfect. Let's go.
especially for you. All right. So, well, thank you for watching, and
yeah. See you in 2.5 weeks,
yeah,
3
2
weeks.
Yeah. All right.
See
Take
you.
care. See ya.
Music Made Addictz.